Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, and you are tuned in to the single most important show at this time.
What?
On this day.
What?
With these hosts.
What?
Talking about these topics.
What?
On this channel.
What?
Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Hi, Beardo. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I got a great night of sleep. Dude, okay, I have a question for you. Because this is like happening to me as I get older.
Okay.
Do you ever just like every single morning you wake up and you're just like drenched in sweat?
No, because I keep it cold as hell. You remember this from the G&G house?
Yeah,
I keep the temperature cold as hell in my house.
I keep it at
everybody
68.
Everybody yells at me, but like I keep it like if I can get away with it, I'll go like to 65. Like I do not. I like to be cold at night.
Oh man, I don't know what it is, man. I just wake up and I'm just drenched in sweat. Like,
yeah,
maybe it's because I'm getting old. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, just turn it down, man. Turn it down to 65.
Dude, I wake up, my sheets and my pillowcase are just fucking soaked, and like my sheets are coming off of the mattress, and it looks like I got in a fucking fist fight in the middle of the night. I don't know what happens, man. I'm getting old.
Well, I mean, that is happening to you. So, but I don't know. Luckily, as old as I am, I still feel like I'm 25, 30 years old. So, like you're only like 29, aren't you, or some shit?
29, man. Yeah, I turned 30 this year.
Yeah. So you're not really up there. You're not really getting old. You're not really getting old.
I feel like it.
Nah, you're not. I'm old. I got maybe 2 good years left and it's over for me. So I mean, that's why I'm grifting so hard, baby. That's why I grift so hard.
Yeah.
I got maybe 2 years left and then it's over for me. I'll be rolling around in a wheelchair. I can't wait to get to the wheelchair part of my life and just, have people do everything for me, just play my Nintendo Switch 2, just yelling at people to go get me food.
Wheel me out to the pool house. I need to talk shit on Neil Druckmann. Jeremy, Neil Druckmann's dead. What?
Oh, man. But yes, it is Geeks Gamers Daily. Hope everybody is doing well. We got a couple of things to talk about. And we just saw a news story drop that Beardo was telling me about. Yeah. Well, let's just go ahead and talk about that really quick if you want to pull that up.
Sure. Because, I got it right here.
But yeah, like I haven't paid attention to this at all. So here we go right here.
Yeah, so this is from Dexterdo. Niantic has sold Pokemon Go along with its entire games business for $3.5 billion.
That's insane. So they only sold Pokemon Go. Not
looks
Pokemon,
like it.
Not Pokemon
Yeah,
overall.
just Pokemon Go.
Yeah, not
just Pokemon Go. Yeah, no way. If this was the Pokemon company selling to somebody else like Nintendo, we're probably looking at a lot of money. A lot of money. I would shit, man. To throw a number out there, what is Pokemon the company, the brand worth for Nintendo?
Dude, I can't even process how much it's worth.
20 billion?
Probably more than that.
Twitter sold for 44 billion.
Yeah.
George Lucas sold Star Wars for what? 4 billion?
Yeah.
Is Pokemon bigger than Star Wars at the point when Star Wars was sold to Lucasfilm? I don't know.
No, I believe Pokemon's actually bigger than Star Wars worldwide. I absolutely believe it is.
Yeah, 20 billion to 30 billion is probably what the Pokemon company's worth. But no, this is just Pokemon Go was sold. And Niantic admitted a few months ago, and chat, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that this was confirmed. Niantic admitted that they had been data mining users throughout 2016 is when Pokemon Go launched. They've been using it to like geo-track like the people within the app to develop like a navigation app, kind of like maps, like Google Maps or Apple Maps. Like they're developing like a GPS or whatever, and they were using the Pokemon Go players to data mine for them. without the Pokemon Go players even knowing. Niantic admitted this. It's supposedly the most valuable media franchise. Well, if Ryan said it, it's probably true.
It probably is. I mean, because people don't. I don't think that because here in the West, it's like, yeah, I mean, Pokemon's big, but it's massive all over the world. Like, I don't think we fully appreciate how big Pokemon is.
Oh yeah,
all over the entire world. It's absolutely insane how big it is. So,
yeah.
Yeah, so I would absolutely believe that. And so while I think Star Wars has historically had more cultural impact for sure, Pokemon's just a bigger brand. So I would imagine Pokemon would be, and I do think that George Lucas probably gave Disney a deal anyway, because there was a lot more from a back end deal that he got to on that. So I think he probably cut them some level of a deal when he sold Lucasfilm to them. So yeah, I don't think that it was, I think it's worth a lot more than $4 billion is what I'm saying, Star Wars. But he got a really
there might have been some royalties involved too. Like if
there is royalties involved.
Yeah.
Yes. And he became the single biggest individual stockholder of Disney stock in the entire world with that purchase as well. So there was a lot more to it than just that $4 billion.
Yeah. Yeah. So Pokemon Go was acquired by Scopely, the makers of Monopoly Go. So Scopely's gonna have Monopoly Go. I didn't even know
there was a Monopoly Go. I had no idea there was a Monopoly Go.
I don't know if anybody did.
Did anybody in the chat know there was a Monopoly Go? I did not know that.
I've never heard of Monopoly Go. But anyways, they're now the owners, not just Monopoly Go, but Pokemon Go as well. So this is huge. And Niantic, you're going to see, I don't know, some navigation app from them soon because of all the data mining that they've done with the Pokemon Go players. But this is massive, man.
Well, chat, we have to play the clip. I don't make up the rules. I just have to follow them. So because we're talking about Pokemon Go, we have to play the clip.
Oh, no.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
God. So bad.
Not
so
good.
Terribly bad.
I want to see what people are saying carefully.
I do apologize, though, chat. I don't make the rules. I have to follow them. So that's the rule around here. If we talk about Pokemon Go, we have to play the Pokemon Go to the polls clip. That's just how it works. Unless you super chat. But, it didn't happen. So we have to follow the rules around here. I'm not the boss. I don't know who makes up the rules here at Geeks and Gamers, but I have to follow them. Anyway.
Ryan.
So so are you saying that they've been looking to do this for a while? They've been shopping it around, or there's been discussions about this for a while?
Yeah. There's been discussions about them selling it once they admitted the rumors at first were that they were going to sell it to a Saudi company, like a company in Saudi Arabia. So I don't know if Scopely is that company. I don't know anything about Scopely, so it'd be interesting if somebody wants to put in chat the history about Scopely, or I guess I could do a quick Google search. But there was rumors that they were going to sell to a Saudi Arabian company once they admitted that, their entire interest in Pokemon Go was to further their development of like a GPS app, and that they were using players in Pokemon Go to navigate the world so that they can, more precisely pinpoint stuff in their navigation.
I remember when Pokemon Go came out, and it was one of those few times, because now in the current timeline we're in, there's so many things going on. There's so many people involved with so many different things that you don't get people on the same page on everything, on one thing like you used to back in the day. But it felt like everybody was playing Pokemon Go for those first month or whatever. It was everywhere. Everywhere you turned, there were people talking about it or people discussing it. It was the craziest thing for a short period of time. Now, I'm sure it obviously maintained a ton of players over the long run, but that first month, it just felt like every single person. Ryan says he's still playing it. It felt like everybody was playing it, dude. It was absolutely awesome. I loved it.
There was that boom in 2016 when it first came out. There was like the first couple of months where it took over the world. Everyone was playing Pokemon Go. Now I have a love-hate with Pokemon Go. We'll start with the good first, the positive. I've been a lifelong Pokemon fan, so I was happy to see people who never played Pokemon, never were interested in Pokemon, all of a sudden get into Pokemon because it was easy. It was on your phone. It was very normie friendly. And it also got people out of the house. It allowed people to mingle. Okay, you know, there's a special legendary Pokemon raid over here, and people are going to shopping malls and stuff, and like outdoor shopping malls and points of interest to go meet up and catch Pokemon. It got lazy fucking fat asses off of their couch to go find a Pokemon. My issue is that there was a ton of ignorant fucking assholes who talk shit on Pokemon for years, who made fun of people for playing Pokemon into their high school years. Like, oh, you have a fucking DS and you're playing Pokemon? You're 15 years old. What are you, fucking gay? And all of a sudden, 3 years later, they're playing Pokemon and they think it's the best fucking thing ever.
That's kind of like the whole...
Fuck you. Go fuck yourself.
That's kind of like the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe when the Avengers came out and it became this pop culture thing. All the people that used to make fun of all the nerds for reading the comic books, they were all showing up to the movies, you know, with their dates. Like, oh, this is the cool thing to do. That's exactly how I felt when the Avengers came out. Because I'm like, yeah, why are all the cool kids showing up now to the movie? You're the same one that said nerds shouldn't be reading
comic books are gay.
And watching Star Wars and playing with toys and all that. And now it's turned into all the cool people are showing up to the premiere. So I feel you on that one.
Yeah. But then COVID hit. And what Pokemon Go started doing, they started rolling out these like tickets so you could go to these raids, these legendary or rare Pokemon raids from at home. And they were giving out like daily tickets, so you didn't have to go out because of COVID or whatever, and you can just catch all of these legendary Pokemon at home. And then what they did is they monetized it too. They monetized it so you can spend real money to get more tickets so that you can just keep staying at home on your couch and keep just getting all these rare legendary Pokemon from at home. And a lot of people bitched about that because there was like a in real life price tag for paying for legendary Pokemon just to stay at home because of COVID. And then they kept doing it. And I believe it was last year or 2 years ago, Niantic said, we're done with that. We're not doing that anymore. And that pissed a lot of fucking, you know, fatties off who are lazy sacks of shit who didn't want to leave their house. They just wanted to fucking collect all these rare Pokemon. Like, oh, I have to leave my house again to go get my Pokemans? It's like, yeah, that's the whole fucking point of Pokemon Go. Get off of your ass, fucking go somewhere to get your fucking rare Pokemon. That was the whole point.
Well, listen, it's a pretty big story. It just dropped a little while ago. So there you go. Yep. Pokemon Go to the polls has sold for $3.5 billion. And Andrew CR wants me to play the clip again.
Oh, boy.
But Shadow says never play the clip again.
Oh, here we go. Oh! So that means we need a 50 if somebody wants to play the clip again.
There we go. All right, I'll let you read a few of these super chats real quick.
Sure, let's get into it. Let's see here. I guess we'll just start from the top. Shane Muniz with a $5. Finally, not a J Day. Man.
Not a J Day. Hey, Ryan's calling you out.
That's not true. Remote raids are still a thing, and I've spent hundreds of dollars to get better Pokemon than you, Beardo. Really? They're still a thing? But no, okay, so our remote raids are still a thing. What I'm saying is, can you still pay money to do the remote raids? I guess that's what I was getting at. Can you still pay real life money to get those tickets to do the remote raids? Is that still a thing? Because I believe that was taken away. Maybe they backed off on that. I don't know.
Now here's the struggle. Andrew CR says do it. Okay. But Should I wait for a counter? Oh,
you just got the counter. You just got the counter right now.
Shadow saying saves everybody right there. All right. So you've been saved again. So there you go. That's how you grift. Okay. Andrew CR says mother effer. Ha ha. All right. Go ahead.
Chat's saying, hold on. Chat's saying it's just limited to how, it's just limited the amount of remote raids you can do. Gotcha. So, okay. So that was my under. Here's Ryan. Ryan is going to fucking roast me all to hell right now.
Yeah. So first of all,
you're a little low. You're a little low.
Check.
It's just a tad. We can hear you. Just lower than normal for some reason, though.
All right. Well, first of all, you've always been able to spend real money in Pokemon Go, which is how they fucking made money, right?
Mm-hmm. To get more Pokeballs and stuff, right?
Well, whether it's Pokeballs, initially it was like just Pokeballs or potions or that stuff. But of course, the Pokemon expansion, right? Because your storage was pretty limited when you started. You could only have like 300 Pokemon, right?
Right.
So 50, 100, like I think I'm up to like storage level of like 4,450 Pokemon or something. Same thing with item bag, right? If you want to have a bunch of Pokeballs and everything. The remote raid thing, 100% that's still a thing. They charge 525 like coins in universe,
right?
Which I don't exactly know how that translates. I know you can get 15,000 coins for $100. I do know you can do that. And then that you also have the in-game things. They do special events where you pay, $4.99 and you get access to a bunch of different you get access to a bunch of different things, a timed research over a 7-day period. I've spent hundreds of dollars on this game over the last 9 years. So 100, and you can join 5 remote raids a day.
I don't know how you have time to keep up with all the shit you keep up with and play Pokemon Go. Holy shit, dude.
It's not like I'm sitting there playing it 10 hours a fucking day, right? But I make sure, especially depending on what event is going on, I set aside a little time to walk around, hatch my eggs, spin my Pokestops, follow my routes. Make sure
if Ryan heard anybody else talk about doing this, he would call them so many names.
I mean, probably, but it's Pokemon, so it's cool.
So what do you do? Just walk around your house and just pace to hatch your eggs?
No, I fucking go outside.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I go outside. Okay. But also, one of the cool things they've implemented now is it'll track. And it has to track your position and all of this stuff. I don't know about what you were talking about. The entire point of Pokemon Go was to somehow do this GPS thing. I don't know about any of that. I think the entire point was for them to make a fuck ton of money. And also they get use of all this data mining of where people are going in the first place. So I think that was probably a side thing because they've made billions of dollars off this game. Half of it probably from me.
But there was a report a few months ago that Niantic was using this to develop a GPS app for the future.
I'm sure that that's a possibility because they have access to a lot of data of where people are going because you can turn on tracking even when the game isn't open. So if I'm doing stuff, say we were in Vegas for a meetup and we were walking down the strip doing whatever, and I wasn't actively playing Pokemon Go, it would still be tracking my steps. Mm-hmm. So that when I open the game again, it's like, hey, you've walked 3.5 kilometers since the last time. And it applies that to your eggs to hatch.
And your eggs would hatch, right?
Yeah. So,
Ryan, were you aware that they were shopping it around?
I had heard like a little thing about they might consider. I'm pretty surprised, but man, somebody throws $4 billion on the table. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, that game has probably made them a lot of money. Like, let's see how much money it's made them. How much money has Pokemon? Because it can't really cost that much for them to keep these updates going and everything.
And you also have to consider the revenue split between Niantic and the Pokemon Company.
So since its launch in 2016, and this is back from in 2024, Pokemon Go has generated approximately $7.9 billion in lifetime player spending.
Jesus Christ. That is crazy. Well, Tomac for 50 says, well,
Whoa!
since Pokemon came up, I did see the Pal World is getting its crossplay update sometime this month. Let's go to the polls. Is Pal World still doing very well? I haven't even
I haven't played Pal World in, I don't know, a long time.
It was a huge bump when it first came out, but I haven't heard a whole lot about it since.
I still see tweets. I still see the company posting updates and stuff. And I know that there are a lot of people out there that still play it and are keeping up with it. But I don't know. I lost interest in it.
Hey, look at here. Cody Gray says, we just submitted the final shot for 1923. I'm loving the season so far. Wrapping out Friday and officially unemployed next week. Y'all better Pokemon go watch that shit now. Dude, 1923 is so good. I can't wait to see what happens when Spencer gets to the ranch. It's gonna be badass. So hail to you, Cody. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, there we are.
Got to open right now. Look at all these Pokemon.
Hang on. We'll screen this. Hang on. There we go.
Look at that. You got a shiny Groudon, a shiny Kyurem. Look at that.
Look at that.
Mewtwo. There you go. You got a shiny Rayquaza.
I got fucking everything, bro.
Jesus. Ryan's obsessed. All that shit he talks about people that watch anime and play Nintendo, and this motherfucker worships Pokemon.
But that has always been the one thing that I say I enjoy, whether it is the only anime I've actually watched, Pokemon. The only Nintendo game I really give two shits about, Pokemon.
And Mario Kart. You love Mario Kart.
Not particularly. But, I got to go spin some Pokestops. So
all right, Ryan.
You guys later.
Take it easy, man.
Bye.
All right. Ryan making an appearance to talk about Pokemon, everybody.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Good to have him here. All right. Let's get some super chats.
Let's do it. Nader's Brick Channel with the $2 Beardo. You sure that you don't need to shit first? I took care of that as soon as I woke up. Thank you for the $2.
Man, we had a good main event last night. We spent a long time talking about that
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore for video games.
You almost did it.
What?
You almost did it.
What?
You almost said Route Mushmore.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did right now.
You
almost
that.
did.
I
did it last night.
You're just trying. That's cope.
Maybe a little bit, but it sounded like you were getting there.
I think that's cope.
Thank you. Blank in the armor with a 199 says, Beardo, do you know Sith Phyllis?
Don't even highlight that they're just trying to get us in trouble. Don't even highlight their comments. So
like their name. Don't highlight their name.
Yeah,
okay,
don't highlight.
Gotcha. Okay, change your fucking name. Alex McCarthy with the $2. Wednesday is the D tier daily figs. Thank you, Alex McCarthy. Appreciate that. The D plus team. Descript with a $2 Beardo. You become one of my favorites. Hi, Fig. Hey, thank you very much. Thank you for the $2. The mystery with the 5. Niantic also sold their other games, Pikmin Bloom and Monster Hunter mobile game, along in that same deal for the 3.5 mil.
Interesting.
Okay.
Copo 801 over on Rumble says, "Good morning, geeks and gamers." Look at there. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice?
Ale, or maybe it's Allie. I don't know. With a $5. Jeremy, candlelight dinner with Zack Snyder or cleaning Jay's shower drain with a toothbrush and without gloves.
I mean, I would personally love to confront Zack Snyder about what happened, but I would actually just talk to Zack about, hey, why don't you make more movies like Watchmen? Since that's a really fucking good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you make more movies like that? That's what I'd ask.
But it's a candlelit romantic dinner with Zack Snyder.
I mean,
he's probably paying though.
He's probably paying. So yeah.
You got to go to the free
I
dinner.
don't want anything to do with Jay's shower drain. That's the whole point. All right.
Yeah. Alario Garcia Flamenco.
Jesus.
I don't know. I don't speak that language. Alario Garcia Flamenco with a 1 month says, "Is this a W for Pokemon Go or an L?" I guess time will tell. It's too early. It's too early for us to draw a conclusion on that.
a lot of money, man. $3.5 billion is a lot of money. So
Jeremy the Cyborg with a 5 says Grok says $30 billion for what the Pokemon company's worth or what they would sell it for. Because you got to sell it for a little bit more than what it's worth, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you look like the amount of the amount of units that have been sold with Pokemon over the years, especially like on handheld units and things like that, I think it's the best-selling franchise overall. Keep reading. I'll look it up.
Sure. Aberjam with a $2. What's Killery's thoughts on the Pokemon sale? Ryan Soleo with a $2. Seems like Pikachu should be on the Mount Rushmore. I put him on mine.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's weird because, like, yeah, he's identifiable for sure, and he's kind of the face, but I don't know, man. I don't know if I'd put... So, Game Rant has this article right here. When's this article made? This article, it's got Pokemon number 3 all time for a franchise, but I'm not sure if I agree with that or not.
Who's 1 and 2?
Mario and, let's see, and Tetris. So... When was this article written?
Pokemon's got to be more valuable nowadays than Tetris, right?
Well, just because something sells doesn't mean it's still Pokemon still has more value because of all the collecting and things like that.
Philip Chan Eggroll says, Jeremy, check your DMs.
Okay.
Thank you for the $2 Eggroll. General Duality with a $5. I have been watching the WCW YouTube channel live streaming old matches. They're even showing NWA matches. The WWE should have done this a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's been. I got you, Philip. That's pretty crazy, actually. So yeah, they did release the WCW YouTube channel. It's freaking awesome. They've been releasing full matches. They've been releasing pay-per-views. They've been releasing full like Monday Nitros. I'm loving it. It's so cool to see it. Maybe they should have done it a long time ago, but I'm glad they're doing it now. It brings back a lot of memories to watch those matches. So it's super cool.
Oh yeah. Samurai Smack with a $5. Pokemon has been the highest grossing IP for decades. Star Wars might have a bigger cultural impact in the West, but the opposite is true worldwide. Yeah. Thank you for the $5. Ryan's right with the $5. Because of you, Sloto, I rewatched The Dark Knight Rises. That movie still kicks ass. Also, never realized Glenn Powell's in that movie.
Yep, stock exchange. Yep.
The movie's dog shit.
No, it's not. It's awesome.
The movie is
it's awesome, and the third act it falls apart pretty hard. Though the third act is a problem in that movie for sure, but the movie's still awesome.
The whole movie's trash.
No, it's not. You're fucking retarded, dude. You're telling me that opening scene with Bane isn't awesome?
Oh yeah, the first 5 minutes. Yeah, sure,
no,
it's fine. Saying, the rest of the movie's dog shit.
What about the rest of the movie's dog shit? Like, Bane is legitimately awesome in that movie until he's turned into a cuck in the end.
Anne Hathaway as Catwoman is the highlight of the movie.
I mean, she's
hot as fuck in that movie.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, but there's also a problem that lies in that the fact that she's the one that killed Bane.
Again, that's
Bane
part of the
died
third
like
act
a
that I'm
simp
criticizing.
Bitch to Catwoman.
That's part of the third act that I'm criticizing. The third act of that movie is not good. I will admit that 100%.
Now, the entire movie's pretty much trash after that plane heist. Yeah, it is.
No, but look, I'll show you this. What?
Hey, Gary, I'm honored.
What? What did Gary say?
The movie's not good.
Gary likes the first couple episodes of dog shit Daredevil, okay? Don't fucking listen to him. All right? Did you collect your fucking paycheck from MCU yet, Gary? Shilling for that dog shit? Come in here talk. You're not allowed to criticize The Dark Knight Rises after saying Daredevil is good. All right? Not allowed.
Yeah, The Dark Knight Rises is trash. Quatrina VR with a 199 says, imagine if Universal Nintendo make a Pokemon park. I would love that.
Yes.
I would love if Universal did had a Pokemon themed area in their theme park. I would go every day. Thank you for the 199. Chronicling Mayhem. Yeah, that's a toy.
Doesn't matter.
That's a fucking toy.
Doesn't matter. It's still
you got to pull up the real thing.
Still a good shot.
I actually have.
You have that toy?
I do. I do have it. You want me to go get it? You want me to go get it?
Yeah, go get it if you want. Oh, Beardo's like, that's a toy. I own that one. I wonder what he's been doing with that one. I wonder what he's been doing with that. Chronicling Mayhem says, see you on the GCA. They are very gay, though. Hail the 199. Yes, I'll be on the GCA tonight. Looking forward to it. So I can't wait to see you guys over there. I actually have a lot. This is like 4 streams today for me. 4 streams. Sloto Goes Mobile says, my friend gave me star. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I got her.
There it is.
There she is. As you can put down her, you can put down her goggles. So there she is.
Need to see the booty.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the boobs and unzip this. I don't know if you could do that, but the booty. There you go. I mean, the way that she was positioned here, maybe does that make it better?
Oh man, the booty's not good enough. The booty's not good enough.
Yeah, but I do
Didn't
have
do
it.
her justice. Didn't do her justice. So I got Chronicling Mayhem and Sloto Goes Mobile.
Okay. The Singing Tigs with a $5. Jeremy, did you miss my chat on Tuesday night's main event, or was it too spicy to read? Tigs08WK on the Green app. Scopely owns Marvel Strike Force. P2P bullshit. Fuck that company. Hail.
It may not like, so I have an extension that keeps up with the Rumble rants because Rumble, too busy signing, fucking, you know, streamers to, instead of paying for infrastructure to make their site better. But so it may not have caught on the extension. So I apologize if I missed anything.
Thank you for the $5. The chat with a 2. Hillary and Ryan were big into Pokemon Go. Corey Wilson with a $2. What's up, Corey? They were open about data mining. It wasn't a secret. Yeah. Andy plays games with a 5. I stopped Pokemon Go after I found myself catching these fuckers while driving. Yeah, that'll get you. That'll get you. Thank you for the $5. Booming Bob with a $5. For Jess and everyone else's sake, don't play it. Well, we played it twice.
Hey, we only played it once. We were about to play it twice. Andrew CR got canceled out by Shadow Saiyan. So
that's right. That's right. The chat with a $2. Play the clip. Jessica will cry. For 2.
For 2.
Youper with a $2. The Apprentice is on Prime.
Yes, it is. I've been watching it. It's really good. All right, look, we got to talk about this. I just saw this clip today. Have you seen this from Anthony Mackie, this clip?
Oh, no, I haven't seen it.
Very interesting clip from Anthony Mackie here that I've only seen it once. And like right here. So this might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard. This will hurt the black community immensely. There's some takeaway from this. So let's listen to what Anthony Mackie, who has benefited from DEI, let's hear what he has to say.
I've been in the business 24 years, right? And I've seen people go from nothing to the biggest stars in the world. I've seen people go from one role to winning Academy Awards and doing all this shit. And what I realized yesterday thinking about it, we're lying to our kids, dog. And I think that's a big problem in our community. We tell our kids that.
Why do I feel like he's acting right now? Like it feels like he's putting on a fucking performance. He's just putting on like a performance of his life right now is what it feels like. This shit is ridiculous. It's so cringe.
You can see right through it.
This is fresh on my heart. Like I literally just came to this conclusion last night. We tell our kids if they do right and they make the good grades and they go to the programs and they will become successful. If you work hard enough, your work will be paid off. And that's not true. Success is given.
So you want to tell kids not to work hard and not try to earn it? What?
And then you just see the guy right there. He's like this.
Hold on a minute. So listen to this one more time.
Like I literally just came to this conclusion last night. We tell our kids if they do right and they make the good grades and they go to the programs and they will become successful. If you work hard enough, your work will be paid off. And that's not true.
That is insane to think about him. Like, dude, like it's anyway, let's continue first. And
All right. I want to hear the conclusion.
Success is given.
What?
It's not earned.
Success is given, not earned. You're calling yourself out, bro. And by the way, Anthony Mackie's not a terrible actor. I don't think he's a great actor. He's fine, but he should not be Captain America.
Right.
He hasn't earned the right to be called Captain America. He was handed Captain America because of his identity.
Mm-hmm. Be the most brilliant. If one person don't tap you, each one of y'all. There were people who could hit harder, who could catch better, who could run faster. But somebody said, you.
Pause it.
You're the one.
I get what he's trying to say. What he's trying to say is sometimes people just get lucky. Which, yeah, obviously luck is involved for a lot of things. But to put yourself in the position to be lucky involves hard work. And whether it's studying or training and practice, that's what he's saying. He's saying that sometimes you might be good enough, but someone else is going to get luckier. Which, yeah, no shit. Life isn't fair. Sometimes that's how it fucking happens. I think I might be trying to fucking spin this, and maybe I'm trying to play devil's advocate, but I think I understand what he's trying to say is that sometimes people just get lucky. But he is not saying it the correct way.
No, he's an idiot.
He's delivering it way wrong.
He's the idiot, but at the same time, the truth is luck exists, but it's really not real. Because if you don't put yourself in a position to be lucky, you're not going to be lucky. You have to put yourself into a position to be lucky. If you sit around all day long and do absolutely nothing with your life, you're not going to get lucky because you're not putting yourself in the position to get lucky. You have to put your now, does luck exist in the theory of, well, certain people get, of course it does, but you still have to put yourself in the position to be there.
Right.
You know, so like this is 100% bullshit what he is saying.
You have to get lucky to win the lottery, but you still got to buy the lottery ticket.
Yes. Yes. So let's listen to how he ends this.
And the other 50 behind you fell off. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And because of that, I don't know what that emotion or that feeling is the scary thing. Because I went to all the programs. I've done Broadway. I've done off-Broadway. I've been in the business 24 years. I've been in 2 Academy Award films. I've done independent films. I've done major motion pictures. Now I'm Captain America. So now what?
Hold up.
We're here to wait to end it. And I don't know when this was recorded, so I want to qualify. This could, I don't know. But if this was done after this movie has failed, this sounds like Cope to me, if that's when this was recorded. This sounds like Cope because your movie has fucking failed. You were Captain America and your movie failed. And this sounds like 100% Cope to me. But his whole point is bullshit, okay? Because ultimately what he's doing is he's describing life. And ultimately, life is not fair for anyone. Life is brutal, and it will lift you up and it will tear you down. And it's up to you to deal with those peaks and valleys of life as an individual. But Anthony Mackie wants to live in a world where it's only going to tear down black people so he can play the victim. The reality of the world is the world doesn't care what you look like, what your skin color is, what you identify as. It will still be brutal to you at times. And if you want to play a fucking victim when life throws you curveballs, then you can do that shit. But it throws it to everybody. And it's all relative to whatever you're dealing with. So if you grow up with a silver fucking spoon in your mouth, it doesn't mean that you don't feel pain. Just like if you grow up poor, it doesn't mean that you can't appreciate success. Like, it's part of it. It's all relative. If you grow up rich your whole life, the pain that you go through is still real. Just like when you grow up poor, when you do see those successes, you're going to appreciate them that much more. It's just the reality of the world that we live in. And this motherfucker right here has been handed every fucking thing by his identity from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But to be fair to him, because I'm trying to be as fair as I can, the only reason he's in the position to get his DEI Captain America is because he made the decisions to put himself in that position. It wasn't like he was just walking around on the streets of New York and they just happened to see a black guy and they said, you need to be Captain America. He did put himself in a position by going to school and acting and working and learning his craft. So therefore he was picked based on the fact that he put himself in the position to be picked.
Right.
But it's just the whole thing is nonsensical, what he's saying here. And to me, it sounds like a bunch of coke is what it sounds like. And telling the fact that you're saying we shouldn't tell kids to work hard, and like, what?
Yeah, fucking drop out.
It's absolutely
drop out of school.
It's absolutely insane.
Stop doing everything you're doing, man. Just give up.
Yeah, I don't know when this was recorded, but if this was recorded after Captain America DEI World flopped, basically, then that makes a lot more sense. This last line he says right here, he's basically like, I've done it all. I've done it all, motherfuckers. What now?
Is the scary thing, because I went to all the programs. I've done Broadway. I've done off-Broadway. I've been in the business 24 years. I've been in 2 Academy Award films. I've done independent films. I've done major motion pictures. Now I'm Captain America.
And nobody said anything. He just looks at him like for a response, and he's like, so now what? I don't know, motherfucker. You tell me.
And by the way, somebody just posted that the podcast was uploaded yesterday. So apparently this is very recent. Okay. But I want to qualify that just because it was uploaded yesterday doesn't mean that it was recorded yesterday. It probably was. It probably was recorded very, very like in the last few days, but I don't know. But yeah, what an insane thing to say.
Well, and he just said it so poorly.
Well, like, he was acting his whole thing. Like, you could tell how he was talking. It was like he was putting on a performance.
Well, you pretty much just said exactly what he was trying to say, but you said it in half the time, and it actually made sense.
Yep.
Jeez Louise.
Make me Captain America. Red Mage just dropped out 50. Or get that one first. Get that one first. Yeah.
More like Captain Alabama. Chronicling Mayhem with a $2. This super chat identifies as a $500. Don't. Don't. You said that's Sophie, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Red Mage 13 with a $50. Would you guys agree that it's both a combination of hard work, skills, and being in the right place at the right time? Yes. Go to where you can promote and showcase yourself. But also, yes, sometimes you get lucky and unexpectedly the right opportunity comes up. 100%. That's how it works. That's life.
I know that I'm lucky. But I'm only lucky because I put myself in a position to be lucky. Like, I had so many doubts about starting a YouTube channel. And putting myself out there. I was very like, I'm just like anybody else. I have my own insecurities, just like every other human being on the planet. I have self-doubt. And you have to work through those things. But I was lucky that my path in life, that I wasn't successful earlier in life, because if I was successful earlier in life, like in my early 20s, I'm not sure that I would have been able to maintain the success because I didn't understand it. Going through the path that I went through and working all the jobs I worked and learning the leadership skills that I learned and living paycheck to paycheck, and, you know, living in positions of like, I've had my power turned off before. I couldn't pay bills before. I've had my fucking cell phone turned off before. Like, going through all of that, is building you for life and teaching you valuable life lessons. And I see a lot of these TikTok kids that are like 22 years old that have millions of followers, and they're crying because they have to work too hard. You don't know work, because this ain't work. Streaming is not work. Playing video games online is not a real job. It's the luckiest gig in the world. And luckily, I worked enough real jobs in my life to appreciate where I'm at now. Now, running a business is a real job. So from that perspective, it is. But streaming video games and talking about things that I'm interested in for a living is not work. It's just not. So, what?
Thank you, Redmade, for the 50. Check this out, dude.
Is it bad?
Check this out. No, this is cool. This is good news. Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight is rumored to be re-releasing in IMAX on May 23rd.
Let's go.
Whoa.
Hell yeah.
Go. And that is one of the dopest live-action Batman
so great.
Pictures ever.
Yep. There's probably going to be very limited to like specific IMAX theaters, like with 70 millimeter screens, things like that. Much like how Interstellar was. I still would rather I would rather watch Interstellar than any movie on IMAX. I wish they would just keep Interstellar in IMAX theaters. God, so good.
Thank you, Red Mage, for that 50 bomb. Thank you. Haikira with a $5. I got made fun of for playing Pokemon in high school, but surprisingly, most students thought my DC comics were cool. It was a decade before the MCU. Thank you for the $5. The chat with a 2. Ryan hatches eggs. He did say that. The chat with another 2 confirmed. Ryan hatches eggs drunk. Sigan with a $5. Beardo, major sweets can be early sign of Hodgkin's lymphoma. My husband got diagnosed last year. He's doing good. Oh, major sweats. I said sweets. I'm an idiot. Beardo, major sweats. Son of a bitch. I'm sorry, Sigan. I butchered that. Beardo, major sweats can be an early sign of Hodgkin's lymphoma. My husband got diagnosed last year. He's doing good. I'm so sorry to hear that. That's rough.
Yeah,
I'm sorry
to hear that. But he's doing good.
Yeah,
so that's a good sign. So
I think I'm just fighting people in my dreams. I don't know what I'm doing. Pretty sure I don't have cancer, but I don't know. Maybe one day. I don't know. Tobias Nexus with a $10. I was doing a contract job for Cisco Systems back when Go came out. Was really surreal seeing fully grown men in business suits talking about Pokemon excitedly on the train and shuttles.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy how big it was. It's crazy.
Let's see. Callum Lyle with a $10. Cuckman is pro-Israel, which will one day bite him. Also, he's been reported for being anti-Christian because there's a faction in part 2 you have to fight and synagogue section in the game.
Well, Neil Cuckman's a piece of shit. Let's go ahead and talk about this. I made a video on it, but Neil Cuckman says Intergalactic will be all about faith and religion. We made a lot of creative decisions with The Last of Us Part 2 that people hated. So we set out to create a game about stuff people won't care as much about, like faith and religion. What?
What the fuck?
This guy is a fucking retard. Thank you, Linko Kenobi and John freaking Murdoch. We'll get to yours in just a minute. So Neil Cuckman is the worst person in gaming. All right? He's the worst. Now, if you don't know, he is one of the, if not the top person at Naughty Dog. I think he got a promotion after The Last of Us Part 2, which was a complete and total failure. If you don't know the backstory, most of you probably do. But The Last of Us Part 2, the leaks dropped on the internet. Many people started covering them, this channel included. When we started covering the leaks about Big Abby Pump is your hookup, holler if you hear me, where Big Abby Pump got the roid rage and killed Joel. A lot of people started covering that, and there was a bunch of outrage. We covered it here on this channel on a live stream, did not show the images, and Naughty Dog struck our channel. And because of them striking us during a live stream, we couldn't live stream for 30 days on this channel because of that. They also struck Geeks and Gamers Play. They struck Ryan's channel twice. They struck Az, and there was a plethora of other YouTube creators that they struck, all because they didn't want people covering a news story and criticizing it. And this went on for a long time. This went on for several months. I lost my YouTube channel as well because of I'm sorry, I lost my Twitter account for over a year because I got hit for a Scott Steiner Abbey meme. And all through this, they kept saying like, oh, The Last of Us Part 2, no one hates this. Everyone loves it. It sold 4 million copies opening weekend, which it did probably sell that many opening weekend because The Last of Us, the first game, was a very, very popular and loved game. I loved it, the first Last of Us game. So you had a huge bump the opening weekend, and then they never said anything else about it. They never said shit else about the sales until like years later, and they claimed that it sold 10 million copies, which is a big fall off from the first Last of Us. But now here we are with Intergalactic, and guess what? Guess what? Look at those downvotes right there. Nobody fucking likes you, Naughty Dog. Nobody cares about you. And you're going to get destroyed no matter what you do because Neil Cuckman is a bitch. He's a terrible person. And people are not going to forget what he did to gamers. There's like this. I've played it. I was going to type Cuckman. What is his name? Druckman. Okay.
It probably still would have came up.
Yeah. Like he's got this whole... He loves Anita Sarkeesian, by the way, because that's just the type of person that he is. But he's got this speech he gave on feminism, if I can find it, and talking about like having a daughter that's, you know, growing up and what type of heroes is she going to see? And I almost made a misogynistic game and I was so dangerous. And he's got the lispiest fucking voice I've ever heard, but I can't find it right now. I don't know where it's at, but yeah. So with Intergalactic, going back to this, the fact that he said we made a lot of creative decisions with The Last of Us Part 2 that people hated, so we set out to create a game about stuff people won't care as much about, like faith and religion. Good Lord, this is gonna be so bad.
Just out of touch, man. Out of touch. And it's like, you think people are mad about the Joel situation and with Abby and all the bullshit in The Last of Us 2. And if in this, what's this game called? Intergalactic, and they're like, they're going to focus on faith and religion. What kind of blasphemy are they going to pull in this game?
Ain't no telling, man. But I personally am looking forward to it because
stuff that people won't care as much about, faith or religion. Yeah, people's entire fucking moral compass based on their faith and religion. Yeah, nobody cares about that.
Yeah, he's awful. I really wish I could find that clip of him talking about, you know, feminism and shit like that. But anyway, just wanted to talk about that really quickly. I did a video on it here on the channel, so if you guys are interested, you can go check that out. But we're going to follow this, and because Neil Druckmann always deserves to be criticized for his hatred of video games and gamers. And never forget that The Last of Us Part 2 won Game of the Year at the Game Awards. Never forget. The Game Awards will never have credibility after that moment right there, giving The Last of Us Part 2 Game of the Year. Yet The Last of Us Part 2 was so shitty that Neil Cuckman says that they probably aren't making a Last of Us 3. Why would you not make a Last of Us 3 if The Last of Us Part 2 was so successful? Why would you not make a Part 3? Because you ruined everything that you built up in that first game. You ruined all of it.
Yep.
So anyway, let's continue.
Full-blown AIDS with a $2. Will Tuesday's main event be large panels again? So good last night.
Yeah, I mean, we had a good stream last night. So yeah, I mean, we're definitely gonna, you know, make sure we have quite a few people on the panel every week if possible.
There you go. Thank you for the $2. Cartoon Post with a 5. I never played Pokemon Go, but I remember the funny Leafy share videos about the kid who made the Pokemon Go song. Hashtag free Leafy. Thank you for the $5. Patty McShane with a 5. Jer, we had really nice things to say about you in chat during Beardo's last Red Dead Redemption 2 stream. Definitely 0 people, including myself, said that you have jades. Yeah, it totally didn't happen. Nick Hammerschmidt with a $10. Hey, Jeremy and Beardo, which generation of Pokemon is what got you into the franchise?
I was never into Pokemon personally.
I played every generation, but I would say Gen 2, Gold and Silver is what really like a core memory of mine as a kid. Thank you for the $10. Bradley Scott with the 17 months. I tried to figure out a way to get Jeremy to Pokemon Go, get his fishing video.
One day, maybe, Bradley. He's been asking me for years now.
Thank you for the 17 months. Jessica Lynn Storm Racism with a $2. I'm glad we have a Pokemon expert. Thank you, Brian. Thank you.
Brian?
Yeah. Patty McShane with a $2. Wait, I mean the exact opposite of what happened. Thank you for the $2, Patty McShane. Much appreciated. Tobias Nexus with a 10. Last night in the OBT for Wild Assault ended, and I have no idea what's next for them, but I had fun streaming it Saturday. Also, who's your favorite personification of death? It's the next fireside chat. Your favorite personification of death, like in a movie or a comic book?
Yeah, you gotta be more specific.
The Wolf and Puss in Boots was popular. I don't know. That is a good question, though. Thank you, Tobias Nexus, for the 10.
Get Linkos and John Murdoch.
Oh, yeah, that's right. John Murdoch with a 50! Sounds like Menopauzirdo. Shousley at OU are really an old lady. Thank you, John Murdoch, for the $50.
John frickin' Murdoch.
John frickin' Murdoch. Okay. Lincoln Kenobi with the 100. What's up, Jeremy? Yes, you're right. Streaming is not really a job. It's more like a part-time job. But where I work at is a full-time job. Despite that, I hate it now that my company wants to be involved with DEI. I need the money to maintain my home. Hail the 199.
I hear you, brother. Well, listen. So when I say look. It is a privilege to be able to work on the internet, and it just is. And it's very like, if you talk about what you care about, like some people are performative and they have to, they put on a show because that's what they do. That's fine. But like, if you're just doing what we do, man, it's the easiest gig in the world. And I'm so thankful for it. Now, then you have the real life bullshit with like businesses and paying taxes and all that bullshit. That sucks. That's the worst part of it, running a business. But like being in front of the camera, doing this, it's not a real job. And any streamer says that they have a real job, they've never had a real job, because real jobs, actually, you have to show up. You don't want to be there. You got to be there for 8 hours a day. The standards are just completely different. So that's my take on it.
Butter framed in gold with a $2. Once Trump gets on Mount Rushmore, you'll have a fifth. Someday, maybe. Space Digger with a $2. Sloto Figgins is my favorite member of Geeks and Gamers.
Look at there.
Look at that. I guess that's a compliment. Nader's Brick Channel with the 5. Hey, Sloto, you like Batman v Superman? You have no chicken legs to stand on with Dark Knight Rises.
Yes, exactly.
Dark Knight Rises is trash, dude.
And I heard Gary say, I saw Gary comment, I don't know he's live right now, but like Gary said, well, you like X-Men Origins Wolverine. Exactly. I like it. I never said it was good. There's a difference in liking something that's bad and saying something that's bad is good because you like it.
I would rather watch BVS.
Daredevil is not good. BVS is not good. You can like
BVS
it, but
good.
It ain't good. No,
I would rather watch BVS 10 times in a row than watch The Dark Knight Rises once. Elite Neo with a $50. While I'm sure to hear my 2 decades of experience in my field help me land my current job, I'm also sure my friend who works as a senior dev putting in a good word for me helped too. Meritocracy, yes, but doesn't hurt to know people in the right places.
100%. 100%. But that's part of putting yourself in that position. Like luck, you make your own luck in a lot of ways. You just do.
Sound like
now. What?
Maggie Gyllenhaal. You make your own luck. You make your own luck.
The worst part of The Dark Knight. But But no, like, I mean, it's like anything else. Like, okay, right now, if I'm streaming, okay, and say there's some billionaire that's watching our stream, and this billionaire is like, oh man, I'm going to give these guys, like, I want to invest in them, you know, and help them take the company to another level or whatever. Am I lucky that that happened? Yeah. But the only reason it happened is because I created Geeks and Gamers in the first place. So I've put myself in position. Now, on another sense, what happens if that billionaire is watching right now, and the only way that he invests is because I just brought this conversation up? He's like, oh, hit these guys up. Make your own luck. You know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. The only way that he's going to invest is if you fire me. He's like, well, fuck, looks like Beardo's gone.
And Elon is watching right now. So hit me up, Elon. Hit me
Elon's
up,
a big fan. The Man Bro Dude. What's up, Man Bro Dude with a 10?
What up?
I would love if Universal brought back the OG rides like Jaws and Kongfrontation.
Man, the OG rides at Universal were great, man.
Oh, yeah. It made a vintage world.
Yeah, like, I still, like, when I go there, I will still ride the ET ride just because it is 100% nostalgia. They haven't touched it. It's still original. And most people wouldn't want to go near that. Most, like, you know, younger people. But, like, if you go to the ET ride at Universal, is so good because you can feel the originality in it, man. It's just great. Love it.
I believe that Universal Hollywood, Universal in LA, they still have the Jaws ride. Well, Jaws, it's on the tram ride, and I believe they still have the King Kong ride. It's all part of that tram ride, from what I remember. Thank you, the Bro Man Dude, for $10.
Everybody's talking to Elon in the chat now.
Hey, shout out. Aberjam with a $2. Beardo only likes Gary when he's long. What? Ryan's right with a $5. You don't count so well. I count just fine. In fact, I'm counting to 10. Brandish's gun equals one of the hardest movie lines in history.
Let's go. Ryan is right.
Thank you. Sloto goes mobile with a $5. Since idiot Sloto cut off Jeremy reading my last super chat, he didn't finish reading. Sloto owes me $5 now. Also, here's another $5.
All right, fine. I'll give some memberships here. Let me go. Let's see. Let me sign in a mother account. I'll get some memberships for my mistake.
Kenzakai 420 with a 1 month. I miss Geeks and Golfers with Ryan and Jay. Beardo probably can't even win at Mario Golf, even though he loves white balls. Hail the 199 in chat. Jeez Louise, man. It's starting already, man. I'm good at Mario Golf, and I've been playing PGA. Thank you for the 1 month, I guess. Eric K with a 199. Race, color, creed does not matter. Life is hard. Clown Pilled with the $2. Hollywood success can be given by Weinstein exec, etc. Yeah. Linko Kenobi with the 48 months. What's up, guys? Just finished watching Daredevil, and I got disappointed with the episode. Looking forward to tonight's game. Play Geeks and Gamers play. Hail the 199.
Hail.
Thank you, Linko. Slipstream with a $5. Not everyone who works hard is rewarded, but all those who succeed have worked hard.
This is true. Sloto goes mobile for 10 gifted memberships. Let's go.
Sloto.
See?
What a guy.
There's the apology right there.
What a guy.
Sloto goes mobile.
Tobias Nexus with a 10. You need to work to earn your place to be picked, and then you have to push yourself harder if you are picked. We've seen DEI failure after failure because they just get picked without earning it first. There you go. Thank you for the $10. Angst Kitten with a $2 says, FYI, the podcast with Mackie was posted yesterday. Thank you for the 2. Edwin with a 20. What happened?
I don't know if you're talking about the gifted membership or just this show in general, but you know, like, this is the attitude to have towards any Geeks and Gamers stream. Just go in expecting nothing, still gonna be disappointed. All right, go ahead.
Edwin with that $20. Play the Rocky clip, him talking to his son. Yeah, from Rocky Balboa. That's a great clip. Kalyoth. Kalyoth.
Yes.
For the $2. Says, look at me. I'm the captain. Thank you, Cal Yoth. The Trillist with a 199. I'm 11 minutes behind. Catwoman got the Hank Hill ass. Maddening with a 17 months. Mackie thinks he's owed recognition. That's now how professionalism works.
Not how.
Thank you. That's not how. No, he said how. Did he not?
We got some gifties flying in the chat.
I drink, therefore I am with a 20 gifted. And Emilio with a 5 gifted Geeks and Gamers memberships. Thank you, Emilio. And
I saw Krista Joe asked me, when am I playing Fortnite again? I don't know. Next week, probably. I'm going to be out of town this weekend with family. So probably next week. I miss playing Fortnite. I mean, I still play it occasionally when I'm listening to videos or something like that or doing something. I'll throw in a match or two, you know.
Is the Jizz with a 5. It stems from thought that suffering needs to be removed. While this deeper discussion and simplified, they forget overcome suffering builds character. They forget overcoming suffering builds character. Thank you, Tiz the Jizz, for the $5. Tobias Nexus with a $5. To be fair, in order to be successful with streaming video games, you have to at least be entertaining enough to watch. That part takes skill to keep.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, but that's just like, that's not work. You know, like compared to what real people do every day at a real job, playing a video game and being entertaining is not make your like I make my own schedule. You know, I play video games. I talk about pop culture. It's literally the easiest thing in the world. It's the greatest gig in the world. And I'm the luckiest guy in the world to have this opportunity, just like all of us are that can do it. So just don't you never take that for granted. Never. And the moment you do, or the moment you think that this is a job, the moment that it will start becoming a negative towards you, and then eventually the audience will see that over time.
Maddening with a $5. That's not how professionalism works, but now works too. Thank you.
That's all good.
Clarifying your super chat. George Ramirez with a $5. In honor of you guys, just bought the new McFarlane Batman Begins figure, and it's beautiful. Can't wait for the next 1923 episode on Sunday. Love it. Hugs.
Hell yeah, man.
There's a new Batman Begins McFarlane. I'm gonna need to get that.
1923, man. People should be watching it. It's I think that I'm gonna be interested to see like where this series goes with Spencer Dutton. I don't know if they're going to create another, like if Taylor Sheridan's going to create another, you know, series with Spencer at the, like, are you caught up at all in any of this with like Yellowstone?
Dude, I lost all interest in Yellowstone, like season 4. Season 3 or season 4 in Yellowstone.
This is a prequel though.
I haven't watched the Harrison Ford one, and I haven't watched
the Harrison Ford one.
And I also haven't watched the Tim McGraw
one. Yeah. So
I lost all interest. I just, oh man, that whole arc with Beth and her brother, the politician or whatever, and all of a sudden, like, he's adopted, and he forced her to get an abortion or a hysterectomy, and now she can't have kids and shit. I'm like, what?
It got really weird, and it was just like out of control. So but I'm curious where like this is all gonna tie into like the Kevin Costner leaving the show is really, though, that was the death knell for it. But
yeah,
Yellowstone did not end great. It did.
Yeah. Why did Costner leave? Was it money?
I don't know specifically. Like, I think that Taylor Sheridan has I like Taylor Sheridan in terms of I like his shows. I think Taylor Sheridan has a massive fucking ego. And I think Kevin Costner has a massive fucking ego. Well, I know Kevin Costner has one because he's Kevin fucking Costner. Of course he does. But Taylor Sheridan has a massive ego as well. And I'm not saying that from a negative standpoint. Successful people have massive egos. They just do. So I'm not criticizing that. You know, Michael Jordan had a massive ego. Kobe Bryant had a massive ego. Tom Brady, like, and the list goes on and on. The greats have massive egos. But I do feel that Taylor Sheridan, like, regardless, it's the Vince McMahon attitude in wrestling. The audience is the most important thing, and the audience should have gotten Kevin Costner at whatever it took. You're the creator of the show. The audience was built on Kevin Costner's, character. And so whatever the issue was, they should have figured it the fuck out. That's the
Eric
bottom
K
line.
with a 199 says, excuse me, I dare Cuckman to do it about the Muslim religion. Yeah, he won't.
Somebody slept with someone else's wife or something. That's Hollywood. So doesn't surprise me.
Savvy Dean with a $5. First, we're going to skip Snow White, and then we're going to skip Intergalactic, and then we're going to march down to DC and take back the White House. Yeah! Thank you, Savvy Dean, for the 5.
Jeremy the Cyborg with 10 gifted memberships. Let's go!
Oh, my goodness! Thank you for the 10 gifted Geeks and Gamers memberships. Shit! Fuck!
10 gifted feet?
I was going to say Fear the Beardo. That's what I was going to say.
10 gifted feet.
No, I was going to say Fear the Beardo memberships. Geeks and Gamers memberships. Thank you, Jeremy the Cyborg, for the 10 Geeks and Gamers memberships. Thank you. Woo. Not feet. Definitely not feet. Operation Outstanding in Field. What's up, Drew? With a $5. Success isn't a straight line up. It's a path of a roller coaster. It's a lot of risk and tough times, but worth it. You find out who your friends are.
I've mentioned it several times. Probably as good a time as ever to mention it now, but created Geeks and Gamers in 2011. It didn't become like it didn't go like where it's at and start to even look like it does now until 2018. So for 7 years, I was sitting there working different jobs. I'm in my 30s. I've got people questioning, like, what are you doing? What's your job? Oh, I'm a fucking part-time fucking retail worker. Why? Oh, I'm building up my business. What's your business? Oh, Geeks and Gamers. What? You fucking play video games? You have a fucking website? Like what? What I mean? Like people questioning what I do. And I thought about giving up 1,000 times because I was like, this is never going to work. It's never going to go anywhere. But I just continue to believe that, like, yes, it will. You have to stay the course. You can't give this up. You can't stop fighting. You can't stop moving forward because I don't want to work a regular job for the rest of my life. I put time into retail. I tried to elevate myself, and I did elevate myself, and I was damn good at it. But corporate America is always going to screw you over. And that's what happened to me. I was the youngest manager in the company at Bruno's. I think we had like 300 stores, and I was 19 years old, and I was the youngest manager. But politics and bullshit and personnel changes, and so I got screwed over, and that's life. Or I could say it's because I'm white. I don't know. That pulled a race card, but that's the world, So, but either way, if you want to do something, you've got to stay the course, and the tough times are where you will be judged the most, and that's going to help you move forward. And you can't give up in those moments. That's where you got to strive even more. When you start second guessing yourself and the people around you start second guessing you, you got to stay true to your vision. Or they'll just fire you because you're white.
Yeah. And because you voted for Trump.
Yep.
John Murdoch with a 199. Sorry, can't spell on my iPad. We get it. Thank you, John Murdoch. I can't spell. That's it. The chat with a $5. Jeremy, do a business stream sometime. A one-off would be very informative. Honestly, let us know what goes into it all.
Yeah, I mean, that would require me not to be my retarded self, though. So, I like being retarded on the internet.
Tobias Nexus with a 10. To clarify my death question, I mean a physical representation of the concept of death. The Grim Reaper, for example, I'll make a more clear explanation in the GCA Discord when I guest hosts. Yeah, the Grim Reaper is a good one. Thank you, Sloto Goes Mobile, for the 10 gifted Geeks and Gamers memberships. The chat with the 5. Here's $5 for Jeremy to donate a sub to somebody. The Red Mage 13 with a $20. Friend of mine works for Universal, and they've already been doing staff previews of Epic Universe. Definitely worth the hype.
Hell yeah. Can't wait.
Love to hear that.
Subscribe to Park Hopping.
Fired Up Gaming with the 3 months. I can do a G&G fishing outdoor channel if there is demand for it.
We've discussed it in the past, just couldn't get it off the ground.
Mo Zamboni with a $5. The best line regarding success and luck was by Luis Pastor. Chance favors the prepared mind. Don't know, I got so lucky. Ha. See you tonight, you fig.
Let's go. I'll be on the GCA tonight.
The chat with a $5. Beardo, you and X-Wing, please play Jay and Ryan in real life golf. They think you stink. Yeah, they're talking shit, huh?
Dude, I'm just here to tell you, Ryan will beat the fuck
I know
out of you.
Ryan's good at golf.
He's really good. He's really good.
And apparently Jay's good at golf too.
I've never played with Jay, but Ryan's really good.
Toxic Masculinity with the $5. Hey Fig, I know The Apprentice is coming up on Amazon, but I tracked down all the Donald Trump episodes. If you want a copy, where would I send the link? The quality, is this a two-parter?
You send it to Jeremy at geeksandgamers.com.
It's not bad, so it took a little bit, and it was fun to find a Doom. And Doom would what? Thought this was a two-parter. It says link to quality 1 of 2, or is that half? Toxic Masculinity, what are you doing? And Doom would have to be on my 4 because Doom could be played on anything with the screen. What is happening?
Send it to Jeremy at Geeks and Gamers.
AD the Demon Slayer, thank you for the gifted Geeks and Gamers membership. Gabby with the $2, thanks for making my hubby smile. He has Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's.
That's what I said, Alzheimer's.
You said Alzheimer's.
It's the same thing. Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's.
Shout out to you and your husband, Gabby.
Shout out, Gabby. Shout out, Gabby. Thank you for the $2. The chat with the $5. Jessica Lindstromzes. Jeremy, they have Crocs in the game now in Fortnite.
I heard about that.
Yeah. Eddie Brock with a $2.49. Take back Rosie O'Donnell. We don't want her here. You Boats is Mine Boat with a $5. 1923 is so good. Can't wait for episode 4.
It's really fucking good.
Carl Anderson with the $2. The Jamie storyline sucks. Completely ruined it. Yeah, that's
agreed.
I was out. Jason Yankovic with the $5. I know you can't play it, but look up the 13-second The Simpsons Can't Win, Don't Try clip. Thank you for the 5. AD the Demon Slayer with the $10. I plan to work hard on some goals today to become more successful, but fuck it. Black Captain America says it won't matter, and I ain't doing shit. Geeks and Gamers, take my money. Thank you for the 10. Toxic Masculinity, thank you. We got that one. I have no clue what you're saying. And Aquaman with a 5. Beardo saw a picture of Savvy and then said feet. Coincidence? I think not. Yeah, that totally happened. Vault 95 with a 199. Jeremy doesn't play video games. Happy New Year.
B. Barrett says in the new Harry Potter series, is Harry going to call Professor Lupin Uncle Remus? Clova says same thing happened to the rave scene. All of a sudden, the cool kids started showing up after making fun of all of us nerds who loved the music before it became mainstream. Yep. Ren Chronicle says, I'm so sad about Mackie. I agree. He's acting. Used to watch all of his interviews because he's super funny and a great storyteller. Super based. I think Hollywood got him bad sadness. And Jose says, did you guys see the new documentary of the last days of Stan Lee's life? It's sad what his handlers did. I know Gary's covering it today. I think he's interviewing the person that was involved in it. So if you guys want to go check out Gary's stream. Beardo, what do you got going on?
Bro Science today, 4 p.m. Eastern. Blaine from Criticless is going to be on. We're going to be talking about Thomas Jane's Punisher,
which is fucking awesome.
Yep, I've never seen it, so I'm literally about to go sit down and watch it now for the very first time.
It's
Jeremy,
good as fuck.
3 minutes ago, the official live-action Lilo and Stitch trailer dropped.
All right, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm not really a Lilo and Stitch person, so like I don't know how to judge this, but we're gonna react to it. So let's do it.
We have apprehended a dangerous experiment. Where is he?
He escaped.
He is trying to find the police cruisers.
He took the red one. What hideous planet is caught in your crosshairs?
A shooting star! I wish for a friend. Like a best friend.
What the hell?
Pause.
He's so cute.
So, as somebody that's not into this movie, I never really got into the first one, but like so far, like it doesn't look terrible. That's all I can say.
It doesn't look terrible, and the music was always good in the animation.
And Fluffy.
He is your responsibility. Got it.
We promise.
Yeah.
At least the sister still looks hot.
Down from there.
Look like an angel.
No. Control him. Hey, what are you doing?
Talk like an angel.
No. Dogs on the table.
You sure that's a dog?
Yeah.
Rough.
Ew. We are not keeping this thing.
Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind.
Or forgotten.
Stitch that.
Sometimes family isn't perfect. That doesn't mean they aren't good. That was close. I don't think you're supposed to drink that.
He's drinking a lava lamp? All right.
Agent Cobra Bubbles. We have a blue dog to catch.
No, wait.
It doesn't look bad.
It doesn't look bad.
To the count of 3, Stitch.
I think
It doesn't look bad.
I'm taking a very normie approach to this, because I bet if you're very, very attached to the cartoon, though, I bet you're probably like, fuck this. There's no personality. They've ripped all the charm away. I can totally understand that, but there seems to be a little more life to this one than your typical Disney live action remake stuff.
Right.
So it's okay. I'm not blown away by it, but it looks okay. It looks fine. There's nothing offensively bad about it. Now, if they announce that Beyonce is involved in any way, shape, or form, I retract everything I just said. But as long as Beyonce is not involved, it's okay. It's fine. It's not offensive. Yeah,
I haven't seen the original cartoon in years, since I was like a little kid, but I remember enjoying it. And it looks fine. It looks good. There isn't really any major red flags
I think
in that trailer.
I think that is, I think that's going to, if it's as presented like it is there, I think it's going to do fucking massive numbers, because Lilo and Stitch is a huge property. I think kids and families will eat that up if they don't have any nonsense in it. And based on that trailer, we didn't see anything, so we'll see.
Here we go. Cody Gray with a $5. Oh, Jeremy, did you see the message I sent you? Beardo telling Savvy to shut the fuck up last night reminded me of it. Beardo, that cracked me up.
I'll have to check it. I didn't see it. I'll have to look.
You're welcome.
So this is no bullshit. I don't know I cannot get messages to work notifications on Twitter. I can't do it. I've uninstalled, I've reinstalled, I've checked everything. Like, they're sporadic. Sometimes I'll get the notification for DMs, and sometimes I want on Twitter. I don't know what it is.
Android. Gotta be.
I will say that Android is kind of shitty on, or Twitter's kind of shitty on Android, though. It is. It's always has been. It just doesn't. It buffers a lot. All of that. Like, I don't know. So, but I can't. It's just hit or miss. So,
Shadow Sam with the $5 says, "Where's the hot lifeguard?" I don't know, but the sister was at least still attractive. That's it. We're all cut up.
All right. So thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. I'll do Cobra Cast earlier today, and then I'm going to be on with the GCA, and then we are playing Fall Guys tonight.
I don't even know.
I don't know what we're playing. I think we're playing Fall Guys tonight.
Fall Guys, probably. Okay.
We may be cutting Fall Guys moving forward. Maybe something
fuck out.
Yeah,
Party Animals 2 while we're at it.
No. Party Animal stays. Party Animal stays. But I would I'd rather do like Mario Kart twice a month than Fall Guys. So
yeah, I'm with that.
But either way, whatever the people want, that's ultimately all it is. It's all it's about. But thank you guys so much. Yes, Lady Aaron D and Jessica, you're both busy today. A lot of streams. So, but thank you guys so much. Really do appreciate it. Beardo, what you got going on?
Bro Science, Thomas James Punisher, 4 p.m. Eastern on the Fear the Beardo channel. I'll see you guys there, and I'll see you guys tonight for Geeks and Gamers Play Gaming.
All right, guys. Have a great day, and we'll talk to all of you later. Say bye, Beardo.
Bye, guys.
10 gifted feet. 10 gifted feet.